Good morning, children. Let us continue with the class. So, previous class you have learned about the northern plains, isn't it? And how this Sangam. Sangam means the confluence where the rivers meet with each other. That is called as Sangam. So, you have learned about the Triveni Sangam and how the change of color takes place there, isn't it? All that you have learned. Okay. Now, let us see. We'll continue with that now. A river that joins or flows into larger river is called a tributary. There will be rivers. River will be moving, isn't it? It will be flowing. But as it is flowing, what happens? The smaller river will join bigger river. And this place where they join, we call that as tributary. See, a river that joins or flows into a larger river. From small river, it is flowing. That water is flowing to a larger river. That is what we call it as tributary. Once again, I will say a river that joins or flows into a larger river is called a tributary. While a branch of river that flows away from the main stream. And sometimes what happens, they will be branching, it will flow in different directions, isn't it? So this moving in different directions, we call that as branches. So what happens, while a branch of river that flows away from the main stream, main river, from that there will be branches. So that branches, you call it as distributary. Tributary means small river goes, the small river water flows into larger river, that is tributary. And when it is flowing, what happens? It will branch out to different places. So this branching of river from the main river, small branches will go, no? That is what we call it as distributary. So you should understand the meaning of tributary and distributary. The land area drained by a river and its tributaries is called a basin. So what happens? Sometimes when there is no rainfall, the river water comes down, and I think you would have observed. Okay? And in some places what happens? It becomes dry. And you can see the land. Earlier it was river. As there is no rainfall, what happens? This water will not be there, and you can see the land. Okay? So this drained off. See, drain means dried. The land area drained by a river and its tributaries. Tributary is understood, small river joining the bigger river. So drained by a river and its tributaries is called a basin. So what is a basin? That land area which is exposed due to the sun's heat where there is no rainfall. That is what we call it as the basin, the land area. Earlier it was actually river. Because there is no rainfall, now it is exposed as land. That is what we call it as basin. The northern plains are divided into three basins. So the northern plains already I learned in the previous class, isn't it? So plains means flat area, even land, isn't it? Now, like this basins, the northern plains have got three basins. What are they? The Sutlej basin in the west, the Ganga basin in the middle, and the Brahmaputra basin in the east. So there are three basins here in the northern plains. First one is the Sutlej basin in the west. West means to the left side. Ganga basin in the center, middle, and the Brahmaputra basin in the east to the right side. Now let us see the Sutlej basin. The Sutlej, along with its tributary, the Beas, flows towards the southwest through the Punjab before joining the Indus River in Pakistan. See, understand here. The Sutlej along with its tributary. Sutlej means, that is the tributary means small river joining with the, flowing through the bigger river. That is called as tributary, isn't it? So the Sutlej along with its tributary, Sutlej is a basin. Basin means I told you, if there is no rainfall, what happens? The land will be exposed, that becomes as a basin. So the Sutlej along with its tributary, the Beas, tributary is called as the Beas here, flows towards the southwest through Punjab. So it is moving through Punjab before joining the Indus River in Pakistan. So this Sutlej basin is moving through Indus River where? In Pakistan. It is moving through India and reaching to Pakistan. The Indus finally flows into the Arabian Sea. Finally, where does it go? It reaches the sea. First it is reaching the rivers. From rivers it is going to the sea. It is moving to Arabian Sea. That is why it is west. Arabian Sea is in the west. The states of the Punjab and Haryana lie in the Sutlej Basin. So what all comes in the Sutlej Basin? Punjab and Haryana. It is Indian states. Punjab and Haryana lie in the Sutlej Basin. The Bakra Nangal Dam, which provides electricity and water for irrigation to the Punjab and Haryana, is built on the Sutlej. The Bakra Nangal Dam, what does it do? It is going to provide us electricity and water for irrigation. Irrigation means what? Wherein water is poured into the fields to grow crops. That is irrigation. So it is providing electricity and water. The Bakra Nangal Dam, which provides electricity and water for irrigation to the Punjab and Haryana, is built on the Sutlej. It is found where? On the Sutlej Basin. Moreover, the Indira Gandhi Canal, which is built on the confluence of the river Sutlej and Beas, provides water to the arid state of Rajasthan. There is one more. What is that? The Indira Gandhi Canal, which is built on the confluence. Confluence means what? Meeting point. Meeting point of the rivers is called as confluence. So, confluence of the river Sutlej. There is two rivers here. One is Sutlej and one more is Beas. So, the Sutlej and Beas provides water to the arid state of Rajasthan. Rajasthan is little like desert areas wherein there will be very less rainfall. But they are getting water from where? From the Sutlej Basin. Which river? It is Sutlej and Beas. Did you understand? So, this way they are going to provide water for Punjab, Haryana as well as Rajasthan. 3 places. Okay. Now, let us see about the Ganga Basin. The Ganga originates from the Gangotri Glacier. In previous class I have told you glacier is nothing but big blocks of ice. So, due to the sun's heat, what happens? They start melting. And once that ice melts, what happens? It starts flowing as water. Okay. That reaches into river. Okay. So, here the Ganga originates from the Gangotri Glacier in the Himalayas. The Ganga is the most important river of the northern place. The most important, the most holy river, the most sacred river, everything we call it as Ganga. The Ganga is the most important river of the northern plains. It flows very swiftly down the mountains and is fed by tributaries such as the Alakananda, Mandakini and Bhagirathi. So what happens here? This Gangotri glacier goes on melting and the Ganga water flows, fast it flows because from the mountain region it is coming down, so it moves fast down the mountains and is fed by, so it is joining which all tributaries? The Alakananda, Mandakini and Bhagirathi. So these 3 rivers are joining this Ganga. The Ganga enters the plains at Haridwar in Uttarakhand. So where does it enter? Ganga is entering the plain at Haridwar in Uttarakhand. Okay. I'll just show you an image now. So you can see here, children. So this is the Sutlej and see how that river passes. You can see this. Okay. And where does it reach? Pakistan, I told you now. See. So it is moving like that. Okay. And inside you can see. Okay. Now this is Ganga. This spot Ganga. See the river where all it moves. Okay. Then comes the Brahmaputra. See Brahmaputra. East. You understood now? West, middle and east. So these are the different basins, 3 different basins. Okay. Let me stop it here. We will continue in the next class. Thank you.